slides?
Yes, of course.
Okay, perfect.
So, our last session is a fantastic opportunity to get hands on and build your own online presence. Please welcome Aisha, who will be leading a workshop on building and deploy your first portfolio website. So, you are welcome. I stop sharing. Please share your screen and it's something interesting and exciting.
Thank you so much, Anna. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so hello and welcome to my session, which is on build and deploy your first portfolio website. So today I'll be like it's not like a very hands-on workshop. I tried to keep it as simple as possible and as easy to follow as possible. So let's start with my introduction. So yeah, I'm full stack engineer with around 3 years of professional work experience, and currently I'm doing my master's in digital systems and services at University of Geneva, and I'm also working there as a research and teaching assistant for a course named Crowdsourcing and AI. I'm also part of Talent Kick program, and there I'm working in a startup as a CTO. Uh, I love tech communities, and I'm also WTM ambassador in Geneva. I love hackathons, so I'm also a hackathon hunter. I love to participate in hackathons, and in Geneva, I've actually won 3 out of 4 on-site hackathons in the last 6 months. In total, I've participated in like I think over 10 or 15 hackathons. Yeah, and I'm also like exploring the writing the Medium article, so I'm trying to get more regular there, and yeah, I'm also trying to I've actually like done some basic work, but like I'm also setting up a podcast called Hidden Impact to basically highlight women in tech and leadership. That's about it. And here are some pictures of the hackathons. I love to share it because it's like, yeah, it's one of the a fact about me. So, yeah. So back to the topic, like building the portfolio website. Anna, I have a question. Can I ask questions from the audience directly, or we can proceed?
Yes, of course, you can ask questions and we can send answers on chat. Everyone can unmute microphone. Yes, of course, feel free.
Okay, perfect. So, building the portfolio website. So, my first question is why a portfolio website? Uh, Whenever you hear about, having a portfolio website, do you know why we need it, or is it not needed at all?
Of
Uh,
course, any professional, any tech woman in tech need portfolio website. It's just only one opportunity to share your skills, your technical skills via portfolio. And no matter you're designer, mobile developer, of course, it's perfect to have portfolio.
Definitely. So here are like 5 main reasons why you really need a portfolio website, because a portfolio website is more than a CV. So here in my slides, the fifth point should be the first point, actually,
And
that your
it
portfolio.
seems, sorry, I switched to your talk. It seems Naomi wanted to tell something about portfolio.
Oh, I did, but then as soon as she changed the slide, I realized that she was going to cover everything that I would have mentioned. So please carry on. Thank you.
Okay. So it's more than a CV, and it basically, you get control over your narrative because you can, basically make it personalized, and you can sell yourself as a brand. Like you can create your personal brand through a portfolio website, which you cannot really do when you have just a CV, because it's really hard to stand out if you are only going somewhere and presenting yourself, and like not everywhere you can give your CV, but you can definitely share your portfolio website with everyone. Even like you won't give your CV to your friends, but you can really share a portfolio websites link with them. So this is the main power of having a portfolio website. And then if you are yeah, so basically you have control over your narrative, and you can represent a lot of things besides your skills and experience. You can also let's say, if I take my example, I would like to also show how active I am in hackathons. I love hackathons and technical communities and stuff. So I would so these are the things that I can really exhibit well on my portfolio website. Okay, so the question is, who is it typically for? So this is a
Good question, but maybe you need to clarify a little. What do you mean typically for?
okay. So many people think that a portfolio website is for
CV.
maybe for like some specific kind of professionals, or uh, some specific group of people, but who is it really for? Like, who really needs a portfolio website?
Um, okay, from my experience, I created a portfolio to place at my CV that HR or future employers see my skills. Yes,
Hmm.
and I love hackathons also. For hackathons, I prepare also not portfolio, a page presentation of project.
Hmm. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so let's bust some myths first, and then I will jump into the main thing, like who is it really for? So the first myth is that it's only for designers or artists or technical people, and no, it's not true, because it's for everyone actually, and everybody needs a portfolio website, because it is your personal brand's representation. You build so everybody basically needs it, so it's a myth. Second myth is that I do not have enough projects to show. Many people do not really make their portfolio website because they think that they do not have a lot to show, uh, which is not true. Basically, you can just create a portfolio website with just basic projects, and even a first semester student can make one. And then the third one is, I need to be a coding expert to build one. And this holds many people back when it comes to building like a portfolio website, because yeah, a lot of people who are not technical, they think that they cannot really build one themselves, or they need to hire somebody. Of course, you can hire somebody, but you can also build it yourself. Then myth 4 is that LinkedIn profile is like a portfolio. Why do I need a portfolio website? Like, what's the difference? So yeah, the thing is that LinkedIn profile has a certain structure that it follows, and it's same for everyone, right? But your portfolio website is more than your LinkedIn uh, profile and your CV, because it doesn't really, you can basically give it a structure by yourself, and you can show what you really want to show, and you can highlight on the areas that are most important to you on your portfolio website, and overall it basically tells people what type of personality you are, uh, along with your skill sets and experience. And then myth 4 is nobody looks at a portfolio website. So no, that's not true. Actually, if you have a portfolio website, the first thing people are going to look at is the portfolio website, with and then they are going to look at other things. And good thing is that your overall discoverability, it increases on the search and other like uh, search other search engines and other places. So yeah, your discoverability definitely gets increased. Then myth 6 is it has to be perfect before I publish it. So many people keep it uh, let's say if they start building a portfolio website, they do not really deploy it for many years because it doesn't look perfect. But you can actually start very simple and just deploy it, and then keep improving it. So myth number 7, that I'm not senior enough to need one. No, it's not true. Even if you're like in your first semester in university, you can have one, and you can definitely represent yourself, actually sometimes better than many. So yeah. So the question was, who is it typically for? So it's for everyone, actually. Even if you are like a student and whatever domain you are, like, I think here the list is quite limited, but these are the most typical areas for which you see the portfolio websites developed. But like, I remember giving a same workshop to a group of people where I had some people from medical background as well, and uh, they actually were interested in building their portfolio. So everybody can have one, because you can definitely talk about what you do in your everyday work life, and you can basically show people uh, your real potential, or how you are in a team, and a lot of other things. So, yeah. So, let's jump to the steps for building your website. So, you can actually build your portfolio website and deploy it in 5 easy steps. The first step is define your purpose and audience. Step number 2 is, gather your best work. Step number 3 is choose a platform. If you are a non coder, no problem. Step 4, create your pages. Then you can just go ahead with like a simple and clean layout. Step number 5 is, just publish and share it, and, put it out there for others to see. And then, you can keep improving it. So, yeah, these are the 5 steps for, building your portfolio website. Okay, so now we are gonna jump to the step 1. So basically defining your purpose and audience. By this, it means like you need to ask yourself 2 questions. Who is this really for? And what do you want them to so let's say, um, who is your target audience initially? Because let's say if I am a student, I'm building a portfolio website, it's definitely not going to be for some clients, but for recruiters maybe. So it's highly likely that I am making my portfolio website for recruiters. Uh, so yeah, so my main focus should be to represent my projects well, or maybe my extracurricular activities in university, and things that matter to me and to the recruiters as well. So you cannot really just show that I completed these certificates, because this is something you can actually show on LinkedIn, but you can also like link the certificates with some of your semester projects to add value to your portfolio. So think you can basically you need to ask yourself this question, like who is my target audience. Then the just like you told Anna that uh, would you would like to you have your website for um, like recruiters, and you'd like to put your CV there, or some other things that are basically targeted toward the recruiters. So yes, definitely, your audience is recruiters, but you can also uh, so yeah, that's the main thing. But yeah, you can also show your other, like let's say if you have multiple type of audience, let's say it's recruiter, but also you do some side hustles and you're looking for clients, then you can also have a contact form on your website, and you can also link it with other things to attract the different kind of audience there in a less obvious way. But yeah, so yeah, what do you want them to do? So this is the next thing. You have already like presented who the website, who your portfolio website is for, but what do you want them to do? Hire you, contact you, you just want to network with them, or you just want them to explore your work. But if somebody is exploring your work, then it's a good idea to also define an action for them, like contact me or hire me, or maybe let's have a first discovery call if it's a client. So yeah, so make keep it focused. Let's say if you're a developer, yeah, definitely show your code and project. And then let's say if you're a designer, make it more visual, show your designs. And yeah, and definitely you can put, even as a developer, you can put your results and testimonials. And another important thing is putting some numbers or stats, like yeah, even if it's a project, you can tell like where it stood uh, out overall in all the other projects. And even if it didn't, it's okay, you can just improve that later. So yeah, always show that. And then also keep an an action item for the audience. Then the step two is gather your best work. So pick 2 to 3 projects, 2 to 3, let's say if you're a designer, 2 to 3 maybe your designs, 2 3 designs. And you can just pick those. For designers, it's mostly like case studies, so you can also link it with your case studies on design. And you can just but yeah, do not always pick quality over quantity. So show the quality work. If you have like 1 or 2 projects in total, and if you're a student in your first semester, then definitely you can show all what you have done. But always, it's like an iterative process, and you can keep improving the content later on. And you can keep filtering out the best work, uh, and you can keep that. So yeah, what each project should include: what is it, basically a title, then what problem you solved, the skills or tools you used, and then what the outcome was. If you have any numbers, that's great to have, and it's actually super impactful, even in the case of clients and in the case of recruiters as well. They would like to see what impact your projects created. And even if it's not projects, you can share your volunteer work and show some team building activities there, if you do not have any projects to show. So you will because you're growing, and you will definitely have something to show. You just need to figure it out, like what exactly I should put in my portfolio, or yeah, for the people. So less is more, quality beats quantity, of course. And yes, everything counts. Let's say, even if it's freelance gigs, your participation in volunteer work, hackathon, so you can, put whatever you want there, which is which exhibits quality. Then the third step is to basically choosing a platform for your portfolio site. So you have to choose a platform where you're going to build your website, and then where you are going to, also deploy it. So yes, this is like the main step where most of the people struggle. Um, so may I know some of the tools for building website that you already know?
If in free resources without, for example, of course, you can buy domain and host cheapest one and prepare a real website, but you can use GitHub.
Yes.
The pages, it's free, totally free. I have one portfolio, I think they're 7 years old on GitHub.
Exactly, because
It's still
yeah.
alive.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, so we actually have so many platforms where we can basically build a portfolio website. So let's say if you are a non-coder or a non-technical person, you can go for minimal code platforms or no code platforms. So like Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, Card, Notion, or Farmer. Then if you are a developer, so if you want to build like a more dev focused sort of portfolio, I think this is like if you're a student, you can also do it as a project. You can consider it as your personal project, and you can just go ahead and, create one portfolio website for yourself. Let's say if you're learning how to develop a website, then you can just focus on, developing your own personal website. So that could be your potential first project as a technical student. But if you're not a non-technical person, then definitely no problem. You can go for no-code platforms. And if you are a designer, you can go for the design-centric tools like Behance and uh, Adobe portfolios. I think Behance is the um, most used portfolio of building tool by the designers, like one of the very famous tools. And it's super easy because I also explored it once, and it was like very easy to, build. And yeah, and then you can also go for like drag and drop builders. Actually, Wix is also one of them. And even WordPress give you some functionalities through which you can, drag and drop items, and you can build your website. And Canva falls in the same category, because on Canva you can also basically just drag and drop items and create your own website. I think just on Canva, there is just one thing that you need to have a premium account. But if you are a student, y- it you're good, I guess, because you can basically have premium account for 1 year through the GitHub student package. So you can apply for Get Student package, and you can basically get 1 year of premium Canva, and you can go ahead and, create your website. So start simple. You can always upgrade later. And bonus that you also get a custom domain to, deploy your website on. for giving it like more professional vibes. But if you're a student, again, it's a plus for you, and you can get your own domain for free for 1 year through the Get Student package on domains like .me, .tech, .dev, etc. Like I got my first domain which was isha.dev, and it was like through the get a student package. So yeah, so here is the link of the repo. I used to build my first portfolio website on GitHub Pages, and it got actually deployed on this link. I kept it like this to show that, this is basically on the GitHub's domain. It's not my personal domain. It's not isha.dev, but yeah, let's say if you do not want to go for a personal domain, or you do not want, you're unable to figure out, how to configure a domain, or if you're struggling there, you can just go ahead and create your website on tools like GitHub Pages, and they provide you a link where you can basically deploy your website. uh, it actually gets auto deployed, so it's super easy and smooth. uh, you can basically find both links on my GitHub repository, and maybe I can show that. I'll probably need to stop sharing and reshare because I think my whole browser is not shared. Give me a moment. uh, can you see my screen?
Yes,
Perfect.
perfect.
Okay, so um, let's start with this one. So, yeah, now this is linked with my personal domain, which is isha.dev. Uh, and here, like, this is the very first version of the website. My current version was not deployed, so I just redirected it to this portfolio site, which is not very updated. But yeah, this was the very first version of my portfolio that I built using GitHub Pages, and it was super easy to build. uh, I really didn't need to think of anything, because a good thing is that the port this repository, the one that I followed, it had like a whole getting started guide, and I literally put my brain aside and followed it to build my website. And it was super easy to follow. Like one by one, you do every step and your website is ready and deployed. So this was the like a template. Uh, I hope you can see that, right? My screen. Okay, perfect. So this was like a template, and you just replace the text, and you do not really have to code or do anything, because you go to the documents, and here like about.md, you press edit and you edit the text, and whatever you edit, it gets rendered automatically on this page. So it was like super easy, because it was like a text editor where I was putting all the content and it was getting deployed. So it was super smooth to follow. So you can definitely, follow this GitHub repository to make your first portfolio website. Then quick alternates would be Wix and Canva. Then you want something even simpler, go for Notion. Uh, I hope you're yeah, because like Notion is like a Word document, but a more interactive one and visually appealing. So you just basically beautifully format your text, and then you add some more pictures there, and you make it more appealing. like that. And just one thing that happens when you create like a Notion website is that sometimes people struggle with putting the contact me thing, because because it's like a rendered document, sort of interactive document. So they are I don't know if there are any integrations now, but I remember initially people used to struggle a lot with collecting uh, the defining the action part, like having a form in Notion pages. So there is a simple hack to it as well. You can create a Google form and link it with your Notion uh, page, and yeah, you're good. So I can quickly give a demo of the Wix thing, because uh, they also integrated the generative AI feature uh, in their website creation part. And yeah, so you can basically, I was already signed in, but if you do not have an account, you basically have to first sign up, and then go, and you can basically just by one click start creating a website. You can create your website by the AI feature. You can also skip this part, but it's good if you start with AI feature, because it really helps you with improving your content part. And so you can go with setup without chat. Let's say if we start with a chat. So um yeah, so Anna, would you like to build your website today?
Why not? Let's try.
Okay, so tell me what your site is all about.
Um, so just imagine, yes, okay, it's about agents AI.
Okay, Anna, this is my portfolio folio website, and my specialization, and I specialize in
Is preparing agents AI.
agentic AI, right?
Yes, right.
Tech AI or generative. Let's see what it does with this.
Let's see
And
just
yeah,
agentic AI.
sure. What's the name of your portfolio website?
So let's any
I
name.
think your name,
Okay,
J
yes, you can
S.
type just my name on.
Uh, yeah, Anna. I think. Okay. Who's the target audience? So see, even like this builder's first question was like, who is this for? So this is like super important, as we discussed this earlier, that you really need to define your audience before jumping into building a website. So yeah, so who is the target audience? So recruiters and clients, uh recruiters and clients, and let's see.
I never
Okay,
used Wix. WordPress used maybe 10 years ago.
yes, WordPress is yeah, it's definitely a go-to tool still, I would say, because many people prefer using WordPress, and I think it's getting better still. They are improving a lot of things. So yeah, that's also a really good option to go and build your website. Um, yeah, as a student you can actually go and build it with a free template, but let's say as you advance more, you can definitely buy the premium features and some more integrations and make your website more beautiful. So okay, do you have any specific goals for your website, such as showcasing your yes, I would like to show my projects, would like to show my projects and clients to reach me and people to contact me for building similar projects. Okay. I think we have done like 5 questions, 5 or 6 questions, and then we can maybe what's the unique selling point that sets your AI projects apart? I think let's end the chat, but still you can, keep answering these questions to basically you can improvise and improve it. It basically helps you improve the content of the website. So you end the chat and you go ahead and build your website. And just like I mentioned about the GitHub thing, even if you do not have a domain, you can still, okay, so yeah, it also looks for, see, vibe.net, but it also suggests you some of the available domains that you can go for, but definitely you can connect your personal domain or otherwise it's fine. It could be deployed to some other domains as well. So add a project to your, because we mentioned that we want to add the project. So here it's also giving me an option to add a project to your website. You can definitely choose from one of these and you can basically create it. I'm just skipping all these steps. Mm, okay, maybe set up without AI. So you can basically create a project. You can choose from these templates and you can create your project. And let's say if I go to the portfolio, mm-mm. So we can directly jump to the design side part. And yeah, you can pick a template or you can basically, so here are so many templates that you can pick up from and you can basically, create your showcase portfolio. Um, I'm not sure why I've lost what uh, the prompts that we gave in the chat, because I have done that before and it worked actually, but it's okay. We can still, go ahead with any of these templates. And let's say if you go and edit, so basically it could be done by simple drag and drop. Yeah, so it's preparing our website. Yeah, it didn't pick from the prompts, I guess. So yeah, here you can basically choose the elements, add sections to your website. Let's say I want to have an about section, then I want to have like a contact form. So you can you have independence and you can basically add whatever section you want to add. And yeah, it picked up from the prompts actually. So here we can see your name, Anna, showcasing
Yeah.
agentic AI projects. And then yeah, here because we didn't really give it like we didn't really give more prompts or answers to it, so it wasn't able to improve a lot. But if you really put some time and do like a 1 hour long or half an hour long chat with the AI builder, it really improves the overall layout and design of the website. And you can basically see it for like, and then you can basically go preview and go ahead and just publish your website. And it could be done through simple, uh, drag and drop. So it's this easy. And good thing is that it's also progressive. So you can see it for like multiple sizes and you can basically adjust the content. You can go back to the editor and in both modes, you can basically go and adjust it. So it's super um, easy in that sense. And yeah, so going to the Git portfolio, I can just quickly um, show like here you have to just update everything. Like you just go and update the social media links, and because the template is already ready, you can just follow the whole structure and uh, you keep following. Because if you look at the this website and then if you look at my website, so you will know that there aren't many changes in my website. Actually, it's just the content that I changed. And yeah, it was like and it was built with the m.md format. So yeah, it was super easy. And it also has like the anchors basically, so you can link it to different sections like this. So yeah, and then go to connect with me. So I initially linked it with a Google form, but yeah, I because this is not my current version of the personal portfolio website, so it's not here anymore. Okay, so I think we're good. Any questions here or any confusions?